Good morning and hello class. How are you doing today? Hope that you are fine and in good health. Today we're going to continue on the lessons on Unit 4.3, which we studied about last week. Last week we also studied this lesson, but we studied about how the way light reflects off a mirror. Do you remember that? If you don't, you can do a quick review before we continue on this lesson, so it will help guide you through our current lessons. And then on our lesson today, it's in your learner's book. First, we will start on page 58. On 58, there are some readings and some questions for you to answer. But upon reading this exercise, you will come upon some words that you might or you might not know. And before we start these lessons, I want to read to you one paragraph. You can also read it with me, so you have a better understanding. Okay, please turn your page to page 58 and read with me if you can. Okay, let's start. Adeline and Tita are braiding each other's hair. Adeline wants to see what the braid at the back of her head looks like. Tita holds a mirror so that Adeline can see the back of her head. That is the first paragraph. So in our first paragraph, Adeline wants Tita to hold a mirror up for her so she can see the back of her head. So she wants to see what kind of braid she has. For those of you that know what a braid is, very good. But for some of you, maybe the guys might not know what a braid is. So let's do a quick review. Adeline wants to see the back of her head, what her braids look like. So take a quick guess. What does braid mean without looking at the pictures behind my back? What does braid mean? Okay, for you ladies, yes, a braid is a twine that you do with your hair, like a ponytail. But for you guys, if you don't know what a braid is, I will show you a quick image, a quick picture of what a braid is. A braid. This is a braid. I will upload the pictures for you so you will have a better viewing of the braids. This is a simple braid where you just simply take your hair and tie it into a ponytail. And these are more complicated braids where you put designs and more harder braids. For you ladies, you probably know this more than the guys. So this is what Adeline is talking about, seeing the braid on the back of her head. This is what she wants to see. So how do you see this in the back of your head? What do you use? Do you use one mirror? Do you use two mirrors? Or do you use three mirrors? In your reading, you will tell how much mirrors you use and how light reflects from all the mirrors so you can see the viewing in front of your face. Your reading will explain to you all this. And after your reading, you will answer some questions so you can explain it to me, so I can understand that you understand what we are talking about today. And continue on to our reading, you will come upon three different mirrors that we're going to use for our exercise. I want to explain to you a few of these mirrors. The first one is the security mirrors. Second one is the rear view mirrors. And the last one is the dentist mirrors. So what is the security mirrors? And what do we use it for? Rear view mirrors. What is the rear view mirrors? What does rear means? And the last one is the dentist mirrors. We all know what a dentist is, right? I hope you do, and I hope you've been to the dentist a few times to check you out. But today we are talking about the dentist mirrors. What dentists use? What kind of mirror is that? Okay, I want you to guess for me. Security mirrors, rear view mirrors, and dentist mirrors. I have three pictures here already. Can you guess which of these mirrors is the security mirrors, the rear view mirrors, or the dentist mirrors? Yes, as you can see, I wrote down some of the words on top of the pictures already, so you already know. You can see this is the security mirrors. What do we use a security mirrors for? I will post this picture up so you have a better viewing so we can talk about it. What a security mirror for. Usually a security mirror is on a corner of the wall up high so they can see all the angles of the person's place, of the person's house or the store. Why do they call it a security mirrors? What are they trying to protect? We will discuss this later on in Zoom and in our studies. And the next one, rear view mirrors. On what objects do we use rear view mirrors? Can you guess? Take a quick guess. Can you see these pictures? Where or what objects are these mirrors on? If you say it's inside a car, on the side of the car, you are correct. A rear view mirrors mean a mirror where we can look and see what's behind us, inside a car or a motorcycle. See, rears mean something behind. Views mean seeing something behind. So we use this mirror to see something behind us. Just imagine, for instance, we were driving a car and someone in the back is honking their horn and we want to see what it is. We don't turn our head left or right to see what's back. We look at the mirror in front of us so we see what's behind us. So that is the object or the point to having a rear view mirrors. Okay, now on to our dentist mirrors. As you can see here, dentist mirrors. What are dentist mirrors for? Why is it important for a dentist to use a dentist mirror? You can see this object, so you can stick a mirror inside your mouth and see behind your teeth. Why is it important for the dentist to use these tools? Again, I don't want to explain to you in too much detail because we will read more about it, and I want you to answer these questions in the book about the dentist mirrors, rear view mirrors, and the security mirrors. Once you have read your readings on page 58 and understand it, I want you to, on your first task, to answer the question on page 59 in your learner's book. On page 59, there are 3 questions. Question about what we just read about, security mirrors, rear view mirrors, dentist mirrors, and how you see a braid, something that's behind your back. You will be given 30 minutes for this exercise. Once completed this exercise, you can post it on my personal Telegram, or if you're confident enough, you can post it for all the students to see your answers to the test. This is our exercise, so you can post it for all your classmates to see how well you've done, and I will grade you accordingly to your answers. Okay, until our next video, bye. Hello and welcome back to our second videos for today's lessons. This is our second task for today's lesson, and our second task is in your workbook. It's on page 35. I want you to answer the questions on page 35. There are 2 questions about the mirrors, and in this exercise you will solve a problem using what you have learned about mirrors. For the past 2 weeks, we have studied about mirrors, on how light reflected off mirrors, on the way the angle is, or how light reflected to see different views on our mirrors. And I want you to answer these 2 questions about the light. If you have any questions, please contact me on Telegram and I will explain it to you, and we will discuss how light reflects off mirrors and how we can see different angles or see blind spot using the mirrors. I don't want to explain too much because I want this to be a conversation between you and me and all the rest of the students, so we can all learn together. Hopefully we can communicate in Zoom so we can all learn this together. Again, you will be given 40 minutes for this task because it is a much complicated task. Because you will have to use this week's exercise and also last week's exercise to answer these questions. When you are done with your task, please forward it to my personal Telegram and I will correct it and give you back your score. Thank you. Until our last video. Bye. Hello class, and welcome back to our last video for today's lessons. Today's lesson we talked about how to see behind us and different kind of mirrors that we can use to help us. Like security mirrors, what is the benefit for having security mirrors? Rear view mirrors, what is the benefit for that? And how do we use the rear view mirrors to see things behind us? And dentists, what do dentists use to see inside your mouth or to see different angles of your teeth? What kind of mirror do they use? We have learned about this, and I hope that you enjoyed learning about different mirrors, different security mirrors, and how you can also use it in a blind spot at your home, where you can put different mirrors so you can see different angles without really have to walk outside and look at stuff. There are many benefits in having mirrors. So I hope you can use this and I hope you understand this. Again, this lessons also continue from last week's lesson. So last week and this lesson is combined, because you will need to last week's lesson and today's lessons to do your second task and also to do your homework. Okay, now on to our homework for this last video. Our homework is on page 37 and 38 in your challenge book. Page 37 and 38 in your challenge book. There are 2 pages of activities and questions. And for this homework, you will need a mirror. Do you have a mirror? I hope you do have a mirror. If you don't, you can also use your phone as a mirror, because on phones they have flip-sided mirrors. You can use that as an assistant. And for some of you, you also might need a helper. You might need an assistant, your little brother or your sisters, or maybe even your mom and dad to help you with this homework. 2 different ways of holding mirrors. Again, homework is due by the start of next week's class. So you will have 1 whole week to complete this homework. For me, I know I tried it. I need a helper because I only have 2 hands and I have to have extra hands to help me out. So I hope you get a helper to help you out. It will make your homework a little easier. Okay, this concludes our video, and I hope you enjoyed this past few weeks learning about mirrors and learning how light reflects off mirrors. Thank you. Until our next time we see each other again, be safe and stay healthy. Bye.